Hey guys, today we're going to be going over some basic math functions in higher math, like log, mod, and derivative. So let's start with log. Okay, so basically a log is, as I said before, a function. A log is short for logarithm. Let me just write a problem here. So we have log 2 of 8. So log 2 of 8 is, so let's first define log. Log is basically for all. So if you guys have taken the set function, you'll know what this means. For all, this is the symbol for all. So for all, so let's name this x and y. For all powers of x to the y, or let's say x to the z, and then you have y. X to the z has to equal y. So let's do this log 2 equals 8. Okay, so basically what it's asking is for what power of 2 is 8? So 8 is 2 to the third. So the log 2 of 8 is 3 because it's the third power of 2. So let's do another one. Log 4 of 17. So we know this is going to be a bit over 2. So like what power of 4 is equal to 17? So a little bit over 2 because 17, the actual answer will be an irrational number, so we can just write a little over 2. Okay, I'll write some problems on the board, and you can pause the video and try them out. Okay, so the first one is 4, because 3 to the 4th is 81. The second one is 10, because 2 to the 10th is 1024. The third one, we can come back to later because it's a bit more tricky. And the fourth one is also irrational, so we can just write irrational. And let's just write a little over 4, or a little over 1. Log 2 of 1. So, you have to go to negative exponents. So, how do you get to 1? So, 2 to the negative 1, log 2 of 1 is 0, because 1 is 2 to the 0 is equal to 1. Another note, logarithms can also be fractions, so if you had this problem, is equal to 1/3, because 8 to the 1/3 power equals 2. Okay, so that's a pretty basic intro to logarithms, and now we can do mods. So a mod, like a logarithm, is also a function. This function is more associated than division. So let's write that out. So, mod, like division. Mod is short for modulo. And a mod is basically, like, let me just write a problem out. Mod 7, 6 equal to 6. So, like, you have, that's not really a good problem. Mod 6 of 7. So it's basically asking for all the multiples of 6, what's the remainder? So it's asking this number, let's call it b, and this number. So a mod is basically b over a remainder. So the remainder of, b over a, the remainder is 6. The remainder of this problem is 1. And for this problem, it'd be 0 because the remainder of 7 divided by 7 is 1, and that's not a fraction. So here's some more mods. You can pause the video again. So the first one is 5. My error. The second one we can come back to, and by the way, this is a 1. And then the third one is 7. So the second one, what's the remainder when 1's divided by 2? It's 0, because it's 1, because it's a fraction, and also remainder 1. Something like this is 0, because any mod 1, everything's going to be 0, except if this number is fractional. Okay, you can also do mods with irrational numbers, and it's basically like another operator. So you can add that to division. They're basically the same, except for some minor differences. Okay, now let's do derivative. So I'll just write some problems and I'll explain what they mean. So derivative is a function. So the derivative of 7 is equal to 0 because the derivatives of any whole number is 0. Also any exponential power, so like x squared, x cubed, you have to use the power rule, and the power rule says for any x to the y, the answer is 2x to the n minus 1. So, y minus 1. So we have this example. Let me just rewrite this for all problems. It would be n times x to the n minus 1. And let's say this is n. So, n times x to the n minus 1 for this is x to the first power times 2. So it's 2x. This one is 3 times x to the second power, so it's 3x squared. So x to the fourth is equal to 4x to the third, and x to the fifth is equal to 5x to the fourth. Let me just say this little notation is derivative. Okay, now let's go over some more complicated problems. So like you're going to do 2x squared. You find the derivative of the x squared and then multiply by 2. So the derivative of this would be 4x. There's also more rules like the quotient rule. And the product rule, but those are for like products and division answers or quotients. So the quotient rule is you have x times y. And it's a lot more complicated. I'll go over that in the next video. But that's a pretty basic overview of some basic derivatives. I'll just give you some problems that you can do now. Okay, you can pause the video. Okay, welcome back. So 7x, that's gonna be a number. It's not gonna be like a polynomial of any standard, so it'll be 0. X to the 9th power is 8x to the 8th, or sorry, 9x to the 8th. 9x to the 8th. This is x to the 8th is 8x to the 7th. And when you do it out, you get 32x to the 7th. And then 3 is just 0. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a basic understanding on these 3 elements of higher math that you're going to have to learn when you get into it. Like and subscribe, and can you share this video?